So I beg here in front of the American Bar Association at Ellen, Connecticut, in Northwest Washington, D.C. And guess what? Guess what? A lawyer just walked by and said to me, marijuana is going to ruin everything. Drugs are bad for you. I'm not giving you any money and I never will. And I said, drugs are bad for you, huh? Marijuana, you're the Lawyer Bar Association leadership people and the leader for the leaders of the world and legal rights. And you're against drugs. And you're against marijuana, which is actually flower. But the pharmaceutical industry is the drug problem in the world. Just say no to drugs, paper or plastic, and then everybody got put on meds.
What happens when the lawyers of the world who do all the paperwork for the government, for the debt we owe, all here near the White House, don't help homeless people? And then someone has the fucking gall to give me some food, heaven fucking forbid, first fucking food in good days, and really barely no money at all today here for hours. I get so excited to eat the food and out of water, I bite my fucking tongue, I'm so fucking happy. I haven't barely eaten nothing, I've been out of food stamps and money for days. Fucking bite the shit out of my tongue, blood everywhere, and they still don't care and just walk the fuck by. That's why I spit. And they got half the country, they're trying to make half the country vote for a fucking president candidate who's in fucking jail and gave millions of dollars to different women to say that he didn't rape them. That's because they don't fucking help people worldwide, nationally, or in front of their fucking doorstep to the point where I actually get a good meal and I get excited to eat it, bite my fucking tongue. This city sucks. This city fucking sucks. I got an idea for you cultural global world shapers. Brand fucking this. Put this in your fucking red stripes of blood when you used to whip the slaves. And now you keep the slavery secret, you pricks. If I could spit up, I'd spit up there. Imagine the Marine Corps Iwo Jima. Boom, 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 bang, bang, kill, death, murder, whore, living hell. And then some fucking director and a photographer show up and say, hey, can y'all repose putting that flag up? It'll look really neato burrito. And those men were like, pose for your flag? What? To the cameraman. And then Camp Lejeune, they did what they did in Flint, Michigan to Camp Lejeune. And now, when people die to defend the Capitol from the president that's in fucking jail now or facing trial or whatever, Donald Trump, I don't have to get into specifics, but is democracy even that good of an idea? Voting day is not even a paid federal holiday. How about I go to Capitol Hill again soon on the regular, since the sergeant at arms gives me that invitation. I have my fucking tea there every day, once I get indoors. Walk in my blood, because y'all don't help poor people. Y'all fuck the whole world over, all y'all lawyers. Expect them to be happy? The whole fucking world. And I'm from Reston, Virginia, Fairfax County, richest place before y'all crackers moved to Loudoun County. And that's what I hate, nonchalant lawyers who walk by with fucking escorts who don't help hungry people. Yes, sister, when I finally got a meal, no money today, but I was so excited I bit my fucking tongue in its blood. Y'all don't care because I was beating you to death on December 30th and the city keeps rocking and rolling. Because it's fun to see children fucking shot all the time. In this country, where's our money going, lawyers? Which fucking people are going to make us elect this time? Oh, I don't know. Happy fucking scared.
After a long little minutes there of trying to get money from crackers, I'm gonna ride the train for free because that's what I do. Since crackers don't help poor people, even in D.C. outside the lawyer den of the rich lawyer. Backwards. The world's upside down backwards. Law is wall.
So, there's a certain amount of blood flow that travels through your abdomen. The culture of the United States encourages people to sit at desks in an unusual position for most of the time during the day. A desk job in your future might mean you'll do that for the rest of your life. But it closes your pathways in your body, and your body doesn't develop much how my body didn't develop properly as a young person. Now I'm 52 years old. I restarted the process of opening these channels and this blood flow back in March. I'll show you what it looks like by the end of the summer. And all people who are kept in classrooms can learn from this.
Awesome, I love shit. 2-7, I'm swerving. In my bag like a bird can. Okay, all this fresh champagne. Alexander McQueen. Only for my queen. Balenciaga runners. Shit, a fitter like a stunner. Shout out to 50, stuck on fit. It's a purpose party. We're here with the community table every Thursday. We close the 3 words. We're just gonna have a good time. Yeah. Volunteer today, donate today. Get that coordinated through at @the_purpose party on Instagram. Peace. I'm saying I love talking to this money. It talk back, yeah, I love talking to this money. It talk back. I said I love talking to this money. It talk back, yeah, I love talking to this money. It talk back, yeah, I love talking to this money. It talk back, watch me run them. I said I love, yeah, that's how the money go, Bitch, I fly overseas, put the diamonds in the AP. Yeah, got my girl in the Hellcat candy. Something on me, gotta play with a kid. These little niggas be tickling. Your girl, you like a licorice. I told these little niggas ridiculous. We got no coffins inside our hands, huh? Green trophy, filling my kids up. Red next to I'm bringing up extra, fuck around with your youngins, huh? Yeah, they definitely did. I said a pass a bump for the stove. Oh yeah, I came from it. Microwave the coat, little nigga. Oh yeah, I did that. Who was that man? Let's go. Let's go. I'm in the rainstorm, getting money. Getting money, trap all day. Getting money, trap all day. I said I love talking to this money. Said I love. We'll table it, nigga.
Who likes almond croissants? I do.
Speaker, 2 years ago, a gunman drove to a black neighborhood with an assault rifle in his hand and hate in his heart, opening fire and killing 10 people in Buffalo, New York. He was radicalized by the Great Replacement theory, a white supremacist, racist, anti-Semitic conspiracy. We are still mourning the 10 souls lost to this senseless violence. The only way to move forward is to acknowledge that what is killing us in droves is hatred and continued white supremacy. Congress cannot continue to ignore these hateful and discriminatory ideologies that are being promoted by far-right MAGA extremists. I introduced a resolution to condemn the Great Replacement theory, racism, anti-Semitism, hatred, and bigotry in all its forms. We must stand up together and say clearly that white supremacy is an existential threat. We also need reparations for the black community in Buffalo and around the country, like food justice for community members and free mental health to support and address community trauma. I urge my colleagues to join me in condemning the Great Replacement Theory, repairing the harms of white supremacy, and fighting to root out hatred once and for all. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back. Speaker.
Why is this every day? People in view of the Capitol Dome dying on the streets and nobody's helping them. Why? Why? That's why I'm mad. No one helped me as a child. Adults everywhere in the city dying on the streets and nobody's helping them. Where's all the people with the wealth and the money? Why are we supposed to pay over $30 trillion to the federal government when they don't help people dying in the streets here?
All right, welcome back to CNN This Morning. Millions of Americans suffer from major depression each year, and 1 in 5 are struggling with a mental health issue. This month, May, is Mental Health Awareness Month, and our next guest, Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, using his platform to introduce legislation to try to establish a commission on mental health in the Senate. The goal is to expand access and affordability for mental health services, something that the senator understands himself. Last year, Fetterman checked himself into a hospital for treatment for depression. Here's what he told CBS about that experience.
The whole thing about depression is that objectively, you may have won, but depression can absolutely convince you that you actually lost. And that's exactly what happened. And that was the start of a downward spiral. I had stopped leaving my bed. I've stopped eating, dropping weight. I stopped engaging some of the most things that I love in my life.
All right, Democratic Senator John Fetterman joins me on set now. Senator, very nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be here, yeah.
You're doing this with Senator Tina Smith, who also came forward and talked about her own struggles with mental health. How do you think what you're planning would help others? And it's something that people still seem to feel the need to keep to themselves a lot of the time. And you have really set an example in talking about it. How has that changed your life, and how do you hope it will change other people's lives?
Yeah, well, we want to make it a national conversation as well, and it's got to be bipartisan because it is. Now, it's not just a red county or a blue county kind of, it's for everybody. And if it's not you, it's probably someone that you know or you love or you work with or whatever that needs that kind of a conversation. And just yesterday, I had 2 student groups visiting in my office, and 2 people referred. They're like, yeah, your conversation last year helped, me, and I decided to get help in that. And that's the reason why that's why I'm happy to be here today, to just say, hey, we have to normalize that, and it's okay to have those feelings, but it's really important to go out and get help.
Do you think some of this is generational? You're honestly one of the younger members of the Senate, an august body though it may be.
Yeah, well, young doesn't really mean, it's very relative in our town. But I will say that it's an important conversation. And when I first signed in to Walter Reed, I thought this could be possibly the end of my career on that, or it'd be very damaging. But after that, I got very lucky. I was able to get help and was able to get better. So I wanted to pay it forward, and I wanted to take that platform that I have to talk about it for everybody. And whether it's a judge in Texas, she visited and she said, hey, it was your conversation. I got getting help. And I've met people regularly and hear that. So it's a national conversation, and I'm just grateful to be here today because a little over a year ago, I emerged from Walter Reed, and I'm going to be talking about this.
So one of the things that can be really challenging for people who are trying to address this is insurance coverage. It's hard to get for mental health challenges. How would what you're doing today try to help that?
It must be so difficult. I was very fortunate. I was able to turn to Walter Reed, and of course that's not going to be a lot of people. But we need to expand those resources, and also it must be pretty hard to, even if you have insurance for that, it's to get on the docket for a therapist to talk to people as well. So I think we really need to address all this again, and that's why having it
in a national perspective, not just a state one or a local, I think we need to make sure that is part of health overall, that so it's not separate mental health and physical health, it's all just part of overall health.